Hey, it's Cassandra, and this is the second match of the second day. I wanted to show it because you will fight ice a lot. And if you don't know how to tell from the menu chat if it's ice or not, sometimes they haven't changed their gear so that you can't tell, but usually it's blue, and right here I can tell it's Senator gear. And maybe some kind of best ice gear, and when I go look at the gear, it's true, that's what it is. So I can kind of get an idea of how much resist there might be. This is a match where I thought it would be a regular minion match. It certainly starts out that way, but then it turns out to be a little bit different. He's doing what I would consider to be standard for ice, just calling out the minion a lot, blading up so that you can get to a frostbite combo, and that can be really deadly when you don't have a lot of health. I do notice after a while that he is using treasure blade. So first of all, you should be kind of concerned that when they get up to 2 or 3 blades, it really depends on their damage. But now that we've seen with all the damage pets, you should probably be concerned. And if they use infallible too, that's like a big sign. So I'm going first, and I'm not damaged yet. Right now I'm just trying to get rid of his minions. I'm putting on a lot of weaknesses and building up the pips. He has better pips than I do. I'm having a lot of white pips. But I want to make sure that I always have 4 pips. I kind of want to get my cards to a place where I always have a sandstorm. If I have a sandstorm in deck, I need to have a blade. Otherwise, it's not going to kill the minion. So right now, I have a sandstorm, but I got to do the blade because otherwise, the minion will be left standing. I don't want it to be alive after I've hit with sandstorm. This particular opponent never does a weakness, so I suspect that he did not train it. Weaknesses is something that really annoys a balance wizard. We can't get rid of them easily. We can't just wand it or use an off-school spell and get rid of it. So that's the sort of the challenge of using a balance wizard. So here, the second minion gone down. He still hasn't damaged me yet. A way of getting people to use their blades is to call a minion, because most likely they're gonna sort of waste their blades on trying to kill the minion. They will damage me too, because if they do a blizzard, then I will get some damage. Right now I have a tower, so it's not that bad. The minion is going to shield me, so I shield the minion. Here's the third ice minion of the match, and I would prefer to get a sandstorm to kill it off. So I'm at 4 pips. Really want that. What's there? I'm gonna search around for that blizzard. I mean, not blizzard, a sandstorm. There it goes, and it's a monstrous one. It's gonna hit pretty well. He's not shielding himself, so it hits him. And so far, I haven't had any damage. Same pet, by the way, as last time. Okay, darn it, I just discarded my power play. So this is another big issue with balance, is that we can't really fight that bubble war. And ice, they tend to have a lot of bubbles. They really like their bubbles. They don't have a lot of damage, so it's really important for them to have the bubble. So here's the first blizzard. I think maybe, okay, he's shielded, but he goes down. So those manders are very fragile. I don't have enough pips, so I'm going to try to get that Cyclops out. I think this is the 4th minion, so it really does seem like a standard minion one. So I have a choice. I could either try to kill the minion or I can call a minion. And I go with the minion because when you call a minion after a minion's already out, the Cyclops is going to hit the other minion. Otherwise, he's going to hit the wizard and leaves kind of you to attack the Ice Guardian. So that's not going to happen. And usually, minions don't do anything first round. So like maybe second round, you'll get hit, but the first round, they kind of pass, or they do a trap, or they do something else. So I will shield them instead of shielding me because I'm pretty good with the health. I'm probably going to live through this ice bat, so I'm okay. So I ended up with like 3 reshuffles, getting rid of them now, and putting a tower on myself. And hopefully I'll get something to get rid of that minion. So here's when I noticed that he's putting a treasure card blade up. He's got 2 weaknesses, but you know what? That is a sign that Ice is just notorious for blading up and hitting with something, and then it hurts. But it takes some time to put up all those blades, and as I said, you don't know his people's damage. Okay, so he really was going to hit. He put the infallible up. Judge. I'm thinking about the judge thing, but I just don't have enough pips because I've been using them killing minions. So it does not look like a judge feint strategy is likely. However, I can just batter him down with other spells. I'm particularly cautious about my health. I don't have... So here I then start to realize, like, oh, okay, now it's going to be a treasure card match. It's going to be Snow Angels, and I don't know how much the damage is. So I basically wait to see the tick to know how much. One of these Snow Angels can demolish you. That's pretty much true. He had 2 blades on it, 1 weakness. I'm going to search for something to save myself. Don't have the pips for that heal, but triage, that's why it's important. Also, if I had it, I would have put down the stun block, because usually people will stun you before they do this big attack, so it's important. Now that my minion is going to attack him, I don't think I can save the minion because I could heal him, but looking at his health, it's not going to help. I've seen how much the tick does on the Cyclops. The Cyclops is going to die. So that's my last bubble, and that's all I can do until I reshuffle and get the power play back. So here's more treasure blades. So when it's a treasure card match, you have to look at their pips and see when they're going to 8 pips or 7 pips or maybe 10 or 9 pips. So that's when you have to worry. So I'm a bit worried because there's 2 blades on there. Mostly, probably is going to be another Snow Angel or Frost Giant, depending on his pips. He's going to take the bubble down. So how am I going to survive this? So I do have a thought that if I had the pips, maybe I could just judge him down. But right now, I don't have pips. And I only had 1 triage, so I'm going to have to heal my way out of it. Looks like he's passing, and that's also another sign that someone is trying to get to a treasure card. It could be that they couldn't find any cards, but you know, most of the time they're just passing because, okay, here's infallible. So the hit's coming. I'm gonna do the only thing I can do, which is to put a weakness and a mantle. So I have Lore Master. I got it from the Lore Master boss in Dragonspire in the Athenium. This is going to hurt. He has 3 boosts, but only a 20% weakness. So there's the bubble, there was the treasure card blade, and then there was like a regular ice blade. And the pet helps me out. Only a little though, because it's a sprite. Let's see how bad this is. So I'm doing the only thing I can do. 427. It's pretty bad. By the end of it, I would not be in good shape, but it looks like... So here I could judge, or I just happen to have this in here. I don't usually have this card, but maybe I will start putting that in since it seems to be useful. It's an enchanted scorpion, and he's only at 165 health. So good game. He was at 33 level. He was a corporal. And here's his gear. And you see it's Senator, Crusher, Senator. Not too bad. Everything else lines up with what I have, except for he has a life amulet. So I didn't say this before, I just wanted to shout out to Wizarena. Thanks for hosting. You can find them at Giant